The wind moves differently in Montauk. It doesn't just blow, it howls. At the very edge of Long Island, where land finally surrenders to the Atlantic Ocean, there's a lonely stretch of cliffs and grass. Waves crash endlessly below. Fog sometimes rolls in without warning. And standing tall above it all is a massive concrete radar tower, silent and unmoving. This is Montauk. And according to one of the strangest conspiracy legends ever told, this quiet place once became the center of secret experiments involving time travel, psychic children, mind control, and something not entirely human. The story is known as the Montauk Project. Many people believe it inspired the hit Netflix series Stranger Things, a show about a hidden lab, children with supernatural abilities, and a doorway to another dimension. But what makes this legend unsettling is that it isn't just fiction on a screen. It's connected to a real location, Camp Hero State Park. Today, Camp Hero is peaceful. Visitors hike the trails. Families picnic near the cliffs. Photographers capture sunsets behind the radar tower. But decades ago, during the Cold War, this area was an active military base. Officially, it was a coastal defense station. Its powerful radar systems scanned the skies and oceans, watching for enemy aircraft or submarines. That's the official story. The unofficial one is much stranger. To understand Montauk, believers say we must go back to 1943 to a mysterious event called the Philadelphia Experiment. According to conspiracy lore, the U.S. Navy attempted to make a warship invisible to enemy radar, but something went wrong. Instead of simple invisibility, the ship allegedly vanished completely and then reappeared. Some versions claim it teleported hundreds of miles away. Others say the crew suffered terrifying side effects. There is no verified historical evidence that this happened. But in conspiracy circles, the Philadelphia experiment was not the end of the story. It was the beginning. The legend claims that scientists continued this research secretly for decades. By the 1970s, the work had allegedly moved to Montauk. Hidden beneath Camp Hero, in the early 1990s, a man named Preston Nichols came forward with shocking claims. He said he had worked at Camp Hero. He claimed that many of his memories had been erased, but later recovered. According to Nichols, underground facilities existed beneath the base. These hidden labs supposedly contained advanced technology far beyond what the public knew. One of the most important pieces of equipment was something called the Montauk chair. This chair, he claimed, could amplify psychic energy. If a person with strong mental ability sat in it and focused deeply, their thoughts could affect reality. Let that sink in. A machine that could turn imagination into something physical. Nichols described experiments where individuals practiced remote viewing, the ability to see distant locations using only the mind. Some subjects were reportedly able to describe faraway places in detail. Others allegedly opened time tunnels, invisible pathways connecting different points in time. The radar system at Camp Hero, according to the story, was modified to generate powerful electromagnetic fields. These fields supposedly interacted with the human brain, unlocking hidden abilities. And this is where the story takes a darker turn. The legend claims that many of the test subjects were children, runaways, orphans, young people with unusual mental abilities. They were allegedly trained and experimented on in secret underground rooms. Some were taught telepathy. Others were said to project their minds into different times and places. A few were reportedly powerful enough to open portals, swirling vortexes that appeared in the sky above Montauk. Witness accounts, though unverified, described strange lights over Camp Hero in the late 1970s. Some locals claimed to see unusual activity near the base at night. Trucks entering and leaving at odd hours, restricted areas guarded heavily. But the most disturbing part of the Montauk legend is what supposedly ended the project. According to Preston Nichols' version of events, one day a psychic subject lost control during a session in the Montauk chair. His thoughts became chaotic, fear took over. He imagined a creature, large, aggressive, not fully human. Instead of remaining inside his mind, the creature allegedly manifested physically inside the facility. It rampaged through the underground base, destroying equipment and causing panic. Scientists and military personnel supposedly lost control of the situation. Soon after, the entire Montauk Project was shut down. If this sounds familiar, it's because early development of Stranger Things drew inspiration from these legends. The show's creators have acknowledged researching strange government experiments and Montauk conspiracy stories. In fact, the show's original working title was Montauk. The parallels are striking: psychic children, secret labs, dimensional monsters, government cover-ups. But now we have to ask the most important question. What is actually real? Official records show that Camp Hero was a military installation from World War II through the Cold War. It contained radar equipment designed for national defense. The underground bunkers that exist today were used for equipment and personnel. There are no verified documents proving time travel experiments. No scientific evidence supports the existence of portals. No official files confirm psychic programs at Montauk. Skeptics argue that the Montauk Project story grew in the 1990s through books, conspiracy radio programs, and word of mouth. Critics point out inconsistencies in the timeline and lack of physical proof. Recovered memories, especially those involving trauma or hypnosis, can sometimes be unreliable. And yet, the story continues to fascinate people. Why? Because during the Cold War, governments did conduct secret experiments. Projects like MKUltra later revealed that real mind control research had been carried out without public knowledge. When we discover that some conspiracies turned out to be true, it becomes harder to dismiss others completely. Camp Hero still stands today. Visitors walk through its old buildings. Some report strange feelings near the radar tower, a sense of heaviness, an unexplained tension in the air. Of course, standing in an abandoned military base overlooking a dark ocean would make almost anyone feel uneasy. Atmosphere can shape perception, imagination fills in the blanks. But sometimes mysteries survive not because they are proven, but because they are possible enough to make us wonder. Maybe Montauk was simply a radar station. Maybe Preston Nichols' memories were influenced by suggestion. Maybe the Montauk Project is just a modern myth built from Cold War fear and science fiction imagination. Or maybe some experiments pushed boundaries we still don't understand. Maybe certain files were classified so deeply that they will never be released. Maybe the real story isn't about monsters or time travel. Maybe it's about how close science can come to crossing lines that should never be crossed. As the sun sets over Montauk and shadows stretch across the cliffs, the radar tower still stands, watching silently over the Atlantic. No official sign marks it as a portal site. No plaque admits to psychic experiments. Just concrete, steel, wind, ocean, and a story that refuses to disappear. Because the scariest mysteries aren't always the ones with proof. They're the ones that leave just enough uncertainty to keep us looking over our shoulders. Montauk remains quiet, but legends have a way of surviving. And sometimes the truth hides best in places that look completely ordinary.